Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live, and hope you're having a great start to your day. And we'll wait for a few folks to come on here this morning and say hello. Okay, here we go. I'm back. Okay, let's see who's number one this morning. Lori and Ryan. And from Sarasota, Florida, Nativity, good morning. Betty Lynn, how are you? Rosa, Montreal. And Manette, how are you? Mike from Norland, good to have you on this morning. Nick from our staff. Francis Marie, good morning. Wendy, Markham, good morning to you. And Mary, and Elaine, hello. Maria, beautiful day here. Michelle in Trinidad, Tobago. Marzana, Anne, St. Catharines. Lynn, bonjour. And see, it's going up, I can't see. Chantal and André, bonjour. Andrea, Nouveau-Brunswick. See, it goes up in there, I can't see it. Mo, Jerry, and see, Jeanette, I think. Donna. It gets up into that, I think I have to do this. Kathy. Okay, Natalia. And Francis. And Diane, good morning. Deborah. Debbie from Timmins, good morning. And Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Guylaine, have a nice day too. And somebody in, I'm losing it, guys. Stephanie and Yolande, bonjour. If it goes up into here, I can't see it. Rhonda, is it Rhonda? Yeah, Jackie. And yeah, I gotta fix that, guys. I can't see it. Rita, Eva, good morning. Sorry, guys. I don't know if it's the background there or it's me. Claudette, let me try this. Sue, seems to get up into my screen. Yeah, it's the screen. Carol and Lorraine, British Columbia. And I miss out. Fran from Orangeville, good morning. And Jeanette from Kapuskasing. Rita, Alder Grove, British Columbia. Kevin, I missed you. Robin and Teresa. Sorry, guys. John from Elgin, Illinois. Margaret from Lakeland. And Brahim, happy Memorial Day to my American friends. Absolutely. Janie from Barrie. And Faye. P.E.I. Trudy, good morning. And Jocelyn from Baxter, I think. Okay. Cindy, Dale. Okay, let's get going, guys. Marilyn from Edmonton, Alberta. Renetta, Sugarland, Texas. Well, good morning. Donna, Marnie, okay, having their vitamin C. Len and Judy in Edmonton, Alberta. Guys, we appreciate you guys. Barbara, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. 2 studies on the pancreas. Okay. You want to talk about a very important organ is your pancreas. Okay. And of course, we talk about it all the time because we're talking about a hormone that gets released from your pancreas, your insulin, and we believe that it is one of the major causes of all chronic disease, and that is a condition called insulin resistance. And when you're eating too many crappy carbs and sugars, you're in deep trouble because of your pancreas, okay? Now, 2 new studies that just came out, one on vitamin A and the other one on fructose, okay? High fructose corn syrup. Now, let me start with the one on vitamin A. You know what I call vitamin A? The Rodney Dangerfield of vitamins. Vitamin A gets very little ink. It just doesn't seem to make headlines like vitamin D does, for example, or even vitamin C, okay? Or B vitamins. People forget about vitamin A, and no one in medicine rarely ever talks about it. Now, if you lived in the third world, you talk about vitamin A because they're often deficient in vitamin A. And people that are, starving are deficient in vitamin A, and it's a very important vitamin. But this new study is talking about the importance for vitamin A at the pancreas level, specifically at your islet cells in the pancreas. Now, your islet cells are really important to secrete insulin, okay? Insulin per se can't live without it. Ask a diabetic, because what happens to a diabetic is that the pancreas malfunctions, especially at the islet cells or the beta cells. They malfunction in the pancreas, and guess what? Now they're diabetics. And I talk about this all the time. What's the key? The key is to regenerate the pancreas. The key is to cut out the carbs, cut out the sugars, and it's amazing what happens to your body. It's amazing how your body can regenerate. But specifically, what they found in this study was at the islet level cells, okay, you had the cell wall, and this is interesting because at the cellular level, okay, they found little, I'm just drawing something because you know me, I'm always, I want to draw. Okay, so there's a cell, okay. I flunked art in case you're wondering. And there's little docking stations on the islet cells of your pancreas. And those docking stations, we didn't know this. Guys, we didn't know this. This is new. We always knew there was docking stations on your cells for insulin. Okay? Every cell in your body has a docking station for insulin because insulin needs to open up the cell wall and allow sugar to go in. Okay? You need to store energy inside cells, especially muscle cells, liver cells, and fat cells. Okay? So, but what we didn't know, and I found it very interesting, is that on the pancreas, on its cellular level, there's docking stations for vitamin A. Guys, that's significant. And what they're saying is that if you don't get enough vitamin A, you're much more susceptible to those islet cells not working properly, not secreting enough insulin, and it can be a precursor to diabetes. Now, very important to understand this. How do you get vitamin A? Okay? Now, you guys know this because throughout the pandemic, when they were talking about putting on a mask, what did I say? The best mask you can use is your vitamin A mask. Why is that? Because vitamin A, very specifically, okay? Vitamin D, you are a human solar panel. Every cell in your body has receptors, antennas looking for vitamin D. And especially your immune system, those macrophages, your T cells, they're looking for vitamin D. So that's your immune system. But the other part of your immune system, or part of it, is very receptive to vitamin A. Because vitamin A is an invisible mask. You can't see it, but it protects your mouth, protects your nose, and protects your eyes from viruses and bacteria coming in there, and they're border guards. They don't allow bugs to get in. Because that's how you get a cold. That's how you get, right? We all know that. You know, but the world out there, they talk about, well, let's wear a mask. That does nothing, by the way. Okay, I'm sorry. And, you couldn't even talk about it during the virus because people get mad at you. They were really upset. Like, are you kidding? I said, well, I know, in first day of medical school, I'm serious, guys, the first day they teach you. You know what a mask does? Not much. Like doctors wear it during surgery so they don't spit on you. They wear it, but really a virus, come on. And they teach you that right away. But, the narrative was throughout the whole virus, well, wear a mask, social distance, do this, stay in your house, blah, blah, blah. And you know me, I was very consistent, and I kept saying, well, let's build the immune system. And you guys know this, I was talking about the importance of vitamin A, because vitamin A protects your eyes. You touch your eye, you don't have a mask over your eyes. It wouldn't do you any good anyways, other than the fact you'd be blind. You touch your eyes, you rub your eyes. You need vitamin A. Nose, this is where it comes in. And your mouth. You got an invisible mask when you're eating vitamin A. Okay, so we talked about that. And what else did I tell you about vitamin A? Vitamin A is only found in the animal kingdom. I know my mother used to tell me, eat my carrots. And carrots are good. They are. I like carrots. Okay? And they give you beta-carotene. That's not vitamin A though. It's a precursor to vitamin A. Vitamin A is found in the animal kingdom alone. So, I'm sorry, if you're a vegetarian, you want to live on vegetables, I feel sorry for you. At least eat some eggs and have some dairy. If you're a vegan, you're in deep doo-doo. Because you're not getting vitamin A. Eggs, meat, cheese, vitamin A. That's how you get it. You want to get it. Not only for your invisible mask, okay? It's a big reason why people always get sick all the time. They get one cold after another. I said, when you eat your steak, you're not eating enough meat. But this study, very specific, talks about what it does to that pancreas. and that the pancreas cells have a landing dock for vitamin A. It helps to keep you away from diabetes. Now, of course, guys, look, you can take as much vitamin A as you want. And if you got a bad diet, if you're a carboholic and you love sugar, which most of the population do, let's face it, 93% of the population is upside down when it comes to food. They got the food pyramid upside down. They've been taught, oh, you need carbs. Your brain needs carbs. Your brain won't work without carbs. It was all bunk. Nonsense. But people got the wrong idea. And they're very deficient today. It's amazing. We're like a third world country. Most people, I'm going to say this, are deficient in vitamin A. They just don't eat enough eggs, meat, and cheese. And the pancreas pays the price. I'm going to tell you another thing. If you were to live on eggs, meat, and cheese, okay, and a few vegetables and limited fruit, you would never, ever, ever get diabetes. Now, type 1 diabetes is different, but what they're showing, okay, for type 1 is an autoimmune. The pancreas malfunctions out of the gate. But what they're showing with vitamin A is that is a big factor in autoimmune. Now, I've talked to you about type 1 diabetes, autoimmune. They need the same diet. They got an allergy to carbohydrates too. Now, theirs is an autoimmune. The body turns on itself, and the pancreas is not working properly right out of the gate. And one of the reasons is that, mommy, there's leaky gut. Mommy's got leaky gut. Baby gets leaky gut right through the placenta. And that can be a big factor in type 1 diabetes. But the other factor is a lack of vitamin A. Mommy doesn't eat enough eggs, meat, and cheese. She's been discouraged to eat that stuff because of the fat content. Fat will make me fat. I need carbs. The baby needs carbs. The baby doesn't need carbs. Vitamin A is essential. So is vitamin D, by the way. There's study after study after study that shows that you need vitamin D. One of the biggest preventative things in autoimmune disorders is vitamin D. Now, you see, vitamin A, like vitamin D, is a fat-soluble vitamin. Think of it for a sec, guys. Think of this for a sec, okay? God has given us in food the perfect combination of vitamin A and vitamin D in fat, even vitamin K2 in fat. That's where it's found. How could it be bad for you? If vitamin A is found in the animal kingdom, if vitamin D, in terms of food, is found in the animal kingdom, apart from the sun, if vitamin K2, which is the new kid on the block, when it comes to study of vitamin K2, how important it is to take calcium and put it in the right place, get it out of your bloodstream, vitamin K2, it's found in animal foods only. How can that be bad for you? Think about that for a minute. People think they're smarter than God. And you go on Netflix or whatever, and the vegetarian and the vegan and you can live on fruits and vegetables. Well, you can, but it's not the best thing to do. You can live on it. Why would you? Dr. Martin, the alkaline diet. It's nonsense. It is not science. There's nothing better for you than the animal kingdom. Dairy is good. Don't ditch dairy, switch it. And when the farmers, I love farmers. I do. I'm the farmer's best friend. But listen, farmers, listen. And, it's not even your fault. But the world out there tells you to denature milk. Okay? They want you to take the fat out of it and put it in the grocery store. Ooh. Whole milk is actually good for you. Okay? Why do you think I love cream? Okay? Because it's full of vitamins. It's vitamin D. It's vitamin A. It's vitamin K2. The trifecta for your health. And now we're finding out even more about vitamin A. How important it is even in diabetes. To prevent it. And like I said, we already know about what vitamin D does. Nothing in the body works without vitamin D. I brought to you in the past, why the Inuit? Why did the Eskimos? Why were they so healthy? They didn't see the sun. Or they weren't sunbathing. Nah, but God, you see, gave it to them in the fish, in the seal, in the whales, all that blubber. It's got beautiful oil in it with vitamin A and vitamin D. Okay? They probably didn't know why it was so good for them. They just lived on it. Yeah. And maybe in the summertime they had a few roots, but they didn't have much. Really, until we introduced the North American diet to them, they were healthy as horses. A lot healthier than we were. This is recorded, guys. Recorded history. It's a fact. And the second you take them out of their environment and the way they eat, they get diabetes in nanoseconds. The same thing with our native population, the First Nations. I go to, I used to, when I was in practice, I did a lot of speaking to to my First Nation friends. They liked me because they said, I'd say, well, white man is trying to kill you. And they'd all laugh, what? Yeah, well, we took your land. And then we introduced our diet to you. No wonder you all got diabetes. I said, you need to get back to your roots. Get back to living off the land. I said, about 80% of you are already diabetic. It's crazy. But you see, guys, the significance of vitamin D and the significance of its twin cousin, vitamin A. Now they're starting to put that vitamin A where it belongs on the top echelon of vitamins. And why do you think I love when I say vitamin S? steak, guys. It's got it all. It's got vitamin D. It's got vitamin A. It's got vitamin K2. Why do you think I say it? Do you think I just say it for the sake of saying it? No. I say it because it's true. And I won't, did you like that the other day? And I won't back down. I won't. I won't. It's nature. It's what's meant to be. It's what you're meant to eat. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the second study on diabetes, the direct damage to the, and they figured out why this happens. The direct damage to islet cells of the pancreas by fructose, high fructose corn syrup. Now, guys, one thing we know about high fructose corn syrup, it's metabolized much different than simple glucose. Okay? Why do I call it the Antichrist of sugars? Because it's so dangerous. We have an absolute, and I don't use this term lightly, we have an absolute pandemic today of fatty liver. Listen, guys, okay? You go back 50 years, okay? I graduated 49 years ago. In 2024, Lord willing, I'll celebrate 50 years. Okay? That makes me old. But, okay, I've always talked about sugar. Always. Right from the get-go. I learned before I went to school. My dad saying this to me. Son, they call it sugar diabetes. Oh, yeah, that's what it's called. Diabetes isn't type 2 in the 60s. It was called sugar diabetes. That's a clue. Sugar diabetes. But what's different between sugar and then the 1980s when they came out with a new sugar? You see, man always thinks they're smarter than God. Always. And they go, well, you know what? Sugar, oh, yeah. Well, we're going to make a new one. And this one is going to put sugar on steroids, so to speak. And it gets metabolized differently. In the small intestine, they're showing this. This is what the new study showed. We already know what it does to the liver, okay? And again, going back, like I said, 50 years ago, there was no such thing as fatty liver. I mean it. There was cirrhosis of the liver, but there wasn't fatty liver. There wasn't? No, I never heard of fatty liver. Because sugar didn't get metabolized in the liver like fructose does. And oh, Dr. Martin, it must be good for you. High fructose corn syrup. It sounds healthy. No, first of all, it's liquefied. Never drink sugar. Don't drink it. If you're going to eat a fruit, you eat fructose, eat an orange, don't drink an orange. Because it's going to go right to your liver. So, high fructose corn syrup makes a beeline for the liver. We know that. But there's a little detour. Okay? There's a little detour. When you take in high fructose corn syrup, this is what the study shows. It forms a glycerate. Okay, let me get at that. I'll break this down for you so you understand it. It releases in the small intestine glycerate, and that damages the pancreatic islet cells. Okay? So, what? Okay, one fructose, right to the liver. Gets metabolized there, like alcohol. Why do alcoholics get, cirrhosis of the liver? Because alcohol to the liver. Don't pass go. Okay? High fructose corn syrup, same thing. Don't pass go. But while it's getting to the liver, we've already shown it damages the microbiome in the gut, but in the small intestine, it makes glycerate. And that takes a U-turn to the pancreas and sets a person up. It damages the islet cells of the pancreas to develop even more insulin resistance at the cellular level, and you're not even secreting the amount of insulin you need because of damage done by high fructose corn syrup. And by the way, guys, high fructose corn syrup, they got away with murder. You know how they did it? They were able to lie about it. You drink a soda, any soda, high fructose corn syrup in it. Go in the middle aisles of your grocery store. If there's any sugar added, they can couch it. They can lie about it. They can. They don't have to tell you that it's made, that sugar is made in the lab. They don't have to tell you that. They couch it. They lie about it. In the 80s, I remember having discussions with the fructose. They called it the fructose. What was it? It was the, not the Academy of Fructose. It was the Council. The Fructose Council of America. And I guess they heard me talking on a radio show, and they said, "You're wrong about high fructose corn syrup. Studies are showing how it's better than ordinary sugar. It's actually good for you." And I said, "Liars, liars, pants on fires. You're lying." And what we knew in the 80s is nothing to what we know today. But I understood fructose. That it gets metabolized in your liver. It's liquid fructose. I said, that's not good for you. In the 80s. That's not good for you. Little did we know, even then, how fast it would elevate your triglycerides and lower your HDL, fatty liver. I was screaming blue murder in those days. Did I win? No. No, I didn't. Did I change people's minds? A few. But finally, starting to come out how that is the Antichrist of sugars. It really is, my friend. And now a new study says, oh, wow, it makes a byproduct in the small intestine that goes and damages your pancreatic cells. Never mind what it does to the liver, which is well established. It hits that adjacent organ, the pancreas, not far from the liver. It damages that too. And big time. Puts you into metabolic syndrome, which is the root of all chronic disease. Heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, obviously, and even a big factor in autoimmune that we talked about today. It's a big factor. Guys, my job, here's what I do. I look for these things to teach you so that you will be well informed and can make the right choices. Okay? You got choices to make. Every time you open your mouth, you got choices to make. It's not easy. We live in a world, I'm telling you. We don't live, we don't eat to live. We live to eat. And we're surrounded by it. And I feel sorry for the young generation. And they're being lied to. I told you, the food industry don't care about you. It really doesn't. It only wants your moolah. It don't care about your health. It doesn't. Okay, guys. We got a great week coming up. Promise you that. Okay? Leave it to me to go find these studies. Okay? Interesting, isn't it, on vitamin A? Wow. Okay? I learn something every day. Yeah, don't stop learning, guys. Okay, we love you, and we'll talk to you soon.